Welcome to LIB 200. My name is Joshua Tan. I'm a professor in the Natural Sciences Department here at LaGuardia. Normally, I teach astronomy and physics, but I'm also very passionate about the liberal arts, especially the liberal arts, math, and science sections, which many of you may be majoring in, but I also have a soft spot for social science and humanities, and I'm really excited that you're joining us. This is meant to be a capstone course, which means that it's the final course that you should be taking at LaGuardia, and it should be summarizing a lot of your work that you're doing here. What we'll be doing is putting together a final project that will include a lot of the different skills that you've learned over the course of your education here at LaGuardia. You'll be writing a 2,000-word paper. It might be a polishing up of a paper that you did earlier at LaGuardia or somewhere else, or it might be a completely new research project. You'll be adding some added features, some bells and whistles, and it will be visible online so that you can show off what you've learned and what you've done. In the meantime, you'll also be doing some other work, learning about some of the features of our school. Hopefully you know about them already, but just in case you haven't done all of the possible things, we'll give you some opportunities to do that. And you'll also be engaging with the general idea of what it's like to be a college student, what it's like to go on this journey of exploration and finish up in these 2 years, go on to perhaps a four-year institution, or look for careers. These are things that you'll be exploring and understanding in LIB 200. I want to share with you how we're going to be interacting. This is an online asynchronous class, which means that we won't ever be meeting face-to-face. You won't be seeing me on a day-to-day basis or a week-to-week basis. You'll have to log in to get the information that you need and schedule your own time and schedule your own responses and work so that you can finish all the things that you need to for the class. That's called online asynchronous learning. And if you haven't taken a class like this before, it's worth taking a moment to think about how you might set it up so that you don't get behind, so that you can give yourself the opportunity to do well in the course. I would recommend that you spend a few moments each day, maybe up to an hour, doing work for this class. It's very easy to get behind, and trying to catch up at the end of the semester with hours and hours of work is often a losing battle. So do try to manage your time well, do the work that you need to in this asynchronous class. Now let's take a look at our Blackboard site. This is what you're going to see when you log in. And the first thing that you should look at is the information. The information that you're going to see indicated here includes the class syllabus. Definitely read this very carefully. This is going to tell you all of the information you need to know to do well in the class, all of the things that'll be expected of you, what the calendar of events should look like, how you can contact me, what you should be doing when you set up all of the different assignments that you'll be doing. There's three basic kinds of assignments that you'll be doing in this class. The first one is going to be responses to readings. And if you click here on readings, you'll see that the first two readings are already posted for week 1, which is this week, starting on March 7th, and week 2, which is the week that follows. The reading is linked here, and you can also click on these folders to find out that there's more information and an assignment that you have to complete to prove that you did reading. So read the assignment's prompts very carefully, answer to the best of your ability, and you should be getting feedback from me after you submit that assignment. For week 1, we expect you to finish that by the end of this week, so that would be by Monday evening of next week. If you need more time, you can always contact your professor. There's another set of things I'm going to ask you to do in this class, which is called IRL, which stands for in real life tasks. Since we're not meeting together in person or even online, I'm going to ask you to do some things to actually form community with people. And that may involve going to events at LaGuardia. I'm asking you to do 6 different things over the course of the semester, and you can read about what each of them are. Now, all of these things can be done either as an in-person or an online aspect, but you have to plan ahead. So read through all the different tasks that you need to do and figure out how you might go about doing them. Some of them are tasks like meeting with career services or transfer services to find out about what you'll be doing in the future. You'll also be asked to go to the library. There's some task of just going to an event at LaGuardia, and I'll be telling you about these different events. I'll make sure to put in some reminders and some emails to let you know that these are the things that you need to be doing, but you should be keeping track of these in real life tasks. And by the end of the semester, you should have completed all 6. You can try to get them done as soon as possible, or you can try to space them out. Don't try to leave them until the end of the semester. You might run out of time. And finally, the biggest part of the class that we'll be working with is the class project. I already asked you to think about what topic you should choose for your final project. And to do that, you might think about what you're most engaged with, what you're most excited about, and perhaps what the best paper you've written at LaGuardia or in some other context might have been. If not a paper, maybe a research project or a topic that you've done before. If you do want to do a new topic or a new research project, you should think carefully about how you want to do that. Remember, the paper has to be about 2,000 words long. So you'll put together something like that off of the basis of the different classes that you've already taken here. But you'll also be doing some other things. You'll be making a multimedia presentation about the same topic. So even if you already have a paper started up and you're going to be doing some editing and changing of that paper, you will also be needing to put together some ideas for videos or interactions online. I'm also going to ask you to have a web presence or social media presence with some of this material, but also just to make sure that you're out there so that you can get the best options available for pursuing more education or in your career. And finally, I'm going to ask that you look carefully at your own biography. You're going to have a little sketch of who you are. And in fact, in the first week of the class, that's what I'd like for you to investigate carefully. Well, you know a lot about yourself, so it won't require you to investigate, but you'll need to write down all of these different facts about yourself, introduce yourself to the rest of the people in the class virtually on the discussion board, and come up with a nice description of who you are that will go ahead and we'll put on your website. Many of you have e-portfolio pages that can be used as your website as well. We'll have some discussion of how you can make sure that everyone can access what they need to access for the class. You can read more about the class project in the syllabus. There's a detailed explanation of how all that will work and the timeline of everything that you'll need to do. And of course, as the class goes on, we'll be adding more videos and explanations and assignments to help make sure that you do the best you can in the class. You'll find another link here to e-portfolio and web page. And as we develop more and more materials here, you're going to find things available here. For right now, I just have links to biographical sketch resources, but eventually we'll be adding more things and seeing if you can't build a wonderful website that you could be proud of and show the world. What's more, you can also find all of the different discussions that we'll be doing. These discussions will be involving all the different aspects of the class, and you'll find them linked in other parts of the website as well. So go through here and look at some of these discussions. You're going to need to start a number of forum topics in order to get graded in many parts of this class. So look carefully at these things, answer the prompts as you would, and also pay attention because sometimes I'm asking you to reply to classmates' posts. So you might do a post, but then have to come back and read your classmates' posts and respond to them in order to get the grade that you'd like. So that's what we'll be looking at for this semester here in LIB 200. It's going to be a unique experience. Asynchronous learning always is. I will be available for meeting with you if you would like. You can contact me directly with my email, jotan@lagcc.cuny.edu. That link is also in the syllabus, and you'll find a link to it on the Blackboard page as well. I'll also later be figuring out when the best times to meet with you might be, and I'll be setting up some virtual Zoom office hours that you can come to talk to me. Or I will also have some in-person options, usually on Wednesdays, if that's something that you'd like to avail yourself of. But this is an online asynchronous class. You don't ever have to interact directly with me if you don't want to. But the flip side of that is there's a lot of responsibility on you. So think very carefully about what you want to do. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. And I look forward to learning all about you and learning all about the subjects you're most interested in this class.